Hi everybody, it's AJ. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about hermit crab kits. This is my first hermit crab video in a long time because I've made so many and I don't know what else to talk about. I might end up kind of redoing some of my old videos with more information and just they kind of get lost in the channel. I've been making hermit crab videos for 4 or 5 years now, so I might be redoing some of those. So if you have any requests, let me know. I just haven't made them because I didn't really know what to do anymore. But today I figured we would review some stuff, and also I have a new setup and I wanted to use it. I have a webcam and a microphone and two monitors, so I can really look at things online and kind of screen record and stuff like that, which is exciting because I wasn't able to do that before. But I have this set up because I now stream on Twitch, so if you would like to follow me there, I will leave that linked down below. But without further ado, let us take a look at these kits. So, we have talked plenty about hermit crab care and what people try to advertise to you and sell and all the horrible things that come along with hermit crab care. And I started with this. I started with this type of care and educated myself and kind of learned how to do things correctly, and that's why I make videos to help other people. So if you have bought one of these or, this is how your care is right now, that is totally fine. It's not your fault. You think that these people that sell you these things know what they're talking about, and then you're like, oh wait, they actually don't. So this is your care. I'm not mad. Nobody's mad. I hate that when people like flip out on people for their care. If you don't know, it's just get educated. So this is going to be a video just reviewing what they try to sell you and what is wrong with what they sell you. So if you don't know, I have how many gallons is mine? I think like 35-gallon tank, and I have done videos on it. I'm going to leave them down below, cage tours and stuff, so you can take a look and get an idea of what maybe to add to yours. But these are kits that they tried to sell you, and if you bought a hermit crab at a pet store or you bought them at like a beachside type store or like a carnival, 90% of the time they're going to try to sell you something like this. They're going to try to sell you this plastic bin. A sponge and pebbles are usually the things that will do terrible things to your crabs because hermit crabs are marketed as an easy pet. Same thing with fish. These are pets that they advertise to children and say, oh, you don't want a dog or a cat, just get a hermit crab. That's a big problem we have in the pet industry with small pets, is they're advertised as your first pet, your kid's pet. Same thing with hamsters and stuff. So this is something that they will probably sell you. And things wrong with this is lack of ventilation. They sometimes have a panel up here, but oftentimes it's plastic, right? So no air is coming in there. And even if they have a little vent, it's just not good. And the size of it is incredibly terrible. This is probably usually like this big. These kits are like this big. Your hermit crab can make a lap. Like, that's it. Sponges hold bacteria. They don't provide good enough water to bathe in. You cannot bathe in them. They hold a little humidity. You need to have pools for your hermit crabs to fully submerge themselves in, to drink, to bathe, all that kind of stuff. Pebbles can break your crab's legs. They can get caught in them. And it's just not natural for them. Hermit crabs are found on beaches with sand. You need to provide them with similar substrate. I use coconut fiber and sand mixed together. And these plants, they're fine, but you have to be careful if there's any kind of spikes on them. The more natural feeling they are, usually like silk plants and stuff, that's a good idea. Let's see what Walmart has. Okay, so we've got the beloved hermit crab diet pellets. Terrible for your crabs. More expensive than just feeding them stuff you have in your fridge, fruits, vegetables, nuts, everything like that. I will leave down below a link to hermit crab diet, a list of things you can feed your hermit crabs, and I have plenty of videos. I'm just going to link my playlist down below. So if this is your first time coming to the channel, you're seeing all this wrong information, you want the right information, all my videos will be linked down below about what to give your hermit crabs. So these pellets right here, they're terrible for your crabs. They need, fresh things that they can dig through and figure out what they want to eat. This is just all jumbled together, unnatural, and it's just full of chemicals, and that's something they don't need. You can use water conditioner. I actually just use purified water, so if you get like a jug of water that's purified or you have like a filter of water, you can just use that. Some people do use this if they don't have clean enough water and stuff like that, but I use a type of bottled water that's purified. Do not buy that dumb like hermit crab fresh water and it's just a water bottle that's like $15. Don't do that. They've got the sponges, of course, we talked about that, hold bacteria, and they have natural shells, which is surprising. Usually it's painted shells. I just clicked on a bunch of these. I didn't really look at them. Can we take a look at this? $13. It's not going to let me zoom in. You know, same thing as before. Let's take a look at images, see what we got here. This is a very famous kit. Is it going to load for us, or is it going to be blurry? Oh, here it is. The Repta Habit, Hermit Crab Habit. I meant Habitat. PetSmart usually sells this. These mineral blocks, they're crap, okay? It says mineral block with added food. Again, you don't want to just give them things like this, like blocks, pellets, all that kind of stuff. You want to give them natural foods that they can eat and enjoy. So you don't need this. I use calcium, like, I use, what is it called? Cuttlebone? Like what birds have, those little things. I use that, and I just break it up, or like sand dollars and stuff you can use to put in your cage. Again, they've got the pellet food, and they've got this type of sand. Absolutely terrible. Do not give your crabs this type of sand. Like I said, mix play sand and coconut fiber. Like this kind of stuff. I'm just trying to see if they have any sort of images, and we can look at stuff. So this type of play sand, this children's play sand, get that kind of sand, and then get like Eco Earth and do, I believe it's 5 parts Eco Earth, 1 part sand, and that's a good mixture. I've done plenty of videos on that. I haven't changed my dirt in a while, because that's the thing, you don't really need to change it a ton. Sometimes like every couple months, depending on your crabs and stuff like that, and depending on how low it goes. But I usually get the brick form that you can kind of add water and it will expand itself and things like that. So it's nice. Don't get this type of stuff. They're selling you basically nothing, and it's bleached usually. You don't want that. The white sand, you don't want that kind of stuff. This stuff too, same idea. It's like they're just trying to, like, you're just gonna spend so much money on these little, oh, that is literally me. This is me as a kid, like, oh, that's so cute. Anyways, so that's kind of what you want to use for a substrate, but let's look at some other hermit crab kits and kind of see what they're trying to sell you. Basically, this is about just like kind of debunking some myths of things that you should give your hermit crabs and things like that. I have no idea what this is. This hand gel, I'm assuming it's like keep your hands clean so you don't get your hermit crab sick. Just wash your hands. Again, that crap sand. These plastic bins, that's what I was talking about, how this is plastic. This has some ventilation, but it's just terrible for your crabs and just like absolutely unnecessary, and the space is so small. Let's look at hermit crab kits like beach, right? Because I want to show you like what they sell you at the beach. Oh, this stuff. This sand, never buy colored sand. It's absolutely terrible for your crabs. And like this size dish is not big enough unless you have super tiny crabs. You're gonna want something that they can fully bury in. This mister stuff, I can't even zoom in, but some of these are like, they have stuff in them, right? You don't want that. You just want plain purified water in them. Of course, painted shell is absolutely terrible. This kind of food, and I hate when they like show vegetables and stuff and call it a treat. I saw this thing and it was like, feed broccoli as a treat to your hermit crab. No, that should be their diet. That should not be a treat. That should be what they have every single day. And things like that. Sponge, just like the things they try to sell you. I'm just like, it's just so, oh god, look at that. You can see how small it is based on these 2 shells. Like, and they just sell it to you as like this huge deal that you're gonna get. Oh, look at this. A little shack crab. Painted shell, of course. Oh, it just makes me sad because I know that there are people out there who love their hermit crabs and want the best for them, but they're not being educated correctly, and they're not being told what's best for them. They're being lied to, and they're told to get these things, and that, like I said, they're an easy... Sorry, a big truck just like came down my street and it was super loud. But yeah, this was just kind of a chill, laid-back video, just kind of reviewing the type of things that they try to sell you and how they're bad for your crabs and what you should give your crabs instead. But I will leave more descriptive videos down below about hermit crab care. But just don't buy these kits, and I think it's really just messed up how they try to sell you these things. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hey guys, not the end of the video. I wanted to bring out a crab for the end. This is London. I'll show you more of her in a minute, but earlier in the video, I mentioned like hermit crab beach kits, and then I got distracted by them. But I wanted to talk about these wire cages. They often advertise them saying like, oh, your crab can climb all over it. Crabs love climbing, which is true. A lot of them do love climbing, but a cage like this cannot have any sort of heat or humidity that will stay regulated. You can't put a heating pad on this. The humidity is not going to stay. You can't regulate any sort of temperature, and you see the hermit crabs climbing on these at the beach stores. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you've been to a beach and they sell like just 50,000 crabs shoved in these things, they're only on that wire because they have no room to go. But if you want to get like a piece of mesh or something, or like netting, I prefer like netting, or the top of your cage is like a mesh type thing and your crabs go on it, that is absolutely fine. But you need to have glass/plastic walls on the sides to keep in the heat and humidity. A tank is what I'm trying to say. So don't be fooled by these and they tell you that they can climb all over it and they love climbing and everything like that. I have that show, by the way. But yeah, you cannot keep any sort of heat or humidity, and it's just not good for their legs to just be on that all the time. But yeah, that's just one more thing I wanted to mention, and now you guys can see what you've been waiting for. Little London. This is London, one of my smaller crabs. She is just cute. If you don't know, all my current crabs are named after cities. I have Boston, Dallas, London, Paris. I think that's it. Yeah. I would like to formally apologize to my hermit crab Rome. I forgot about you. You're one of a kind, buddy, and I'm just so sorry. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!